Is muted. Hello, everyone. Sorry for the slight delay. My audio on Zoom was having issues and I was not able to hear anyone. So, anyway, we are back now. I'm connected. Let me just add our guest for today and then we'll be on.
Is the language of chess. This is
Hi.
how you,
Uh,
castle your kings and queens. Oof.
Hi.
wow.
Uh, we are on. We are on.
Woo. I'm
Hey.
excited and
Welcome.
nervous.
Welcome, Nishanta and Aranya.
Hey. Hello, Srinath stream. I can't still see you. I don't know if you have put.
You still can't see me?
No, it's.
No.
Ah, yeah. Now, one sec. Now you can see me.
Yes, now I can. Oh,
Now you
awesome.
can. Now you can. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry about that.
That's cool.
So, how are you feeling? Your first lesson, Nishant. I know that we have spent some time already playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
So this is addressed to Aranya.
Yeah.
So
I'm
how?
very nervous. I have my little book ready. I have chess with Srinath written. So I'm
Wow,
like, full force. Let's get into it.
awesome, awesome. Did you guys know that chess started out in India?
I feel like I knew that.
Yeah, I also had a feeling. Yeah, I'm like, who?
Because it's one of the flexes India has, oh, we came up with zero, oh, we made chess,
Yeah,
It's
I was
those
like,
few things we have.
who else could do this? Like, this has to be India.
Yeah, it's relevant because it has some relevance over how the pieces move,
Mm-hmm.
the history itself.
Okay.
Um, I'll just reduce your the audio is a bit high, so one sec.
Who's mine?
Yeah, because I put a very high gain the last time we played Among Us because the sound was too low.
Do you want me to speak a little softly? Do you? I can do
Mhm.
that. I can adjust my audio, so you don't have to
I think even
figure.
your softest voice is
Okay,
not as
Srinath,
soft as
is this
mine.
okay? Is this okay for you,
This is
Srinath?
ASMR now.
Is this is this Srinath?
You need to start doing
Yeah, this is much better. This is much better. Yeah. So it is relevant to how the pieces move because, as I understand, the rooks used to be chariots, and chariots move in a straight direction. Yeah, you cannot navigate it to the side and stuff.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you
Oh,
wanted that flexibility, you had to travel by horse.
okay, okay.
So I was
Uh,
thinking where to start today, and I thought I'll start with the very basics. Although you probably might know them already,
mhm.
but still, someone can go back and watch it who's not here. So
Yeah,
today we have only
absolutely.
Nishant and Aranya and Suhani, Yaya. They can join. Uh, they'll join later. Gamer, Suhani and Yaya, and they can go back and watch. And also, it's
Srinath,
relevant to the yeah.
Srinath, do we
Mhm.
get a gold star for being on time? I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That'll be the only gold star I'll be getting
Let's
in this chess class
let's
for being on time.
somewhere I read about a class where whoever is late had to give their credit card and let the professor purchase whatever he wants. And then one day
Oh,
the
Ooh.
professor was late.
oh,
So he had to give his credit card to the whole class.
oh. Also, you have to
And
give it to
Sounds tempting.
everybody.
so if we start making such rules, then I have to give my credit card to the chat, which wouldn't be such a
Oh,
Yeah,
you'll
doesn't
you'll
sound.
this will be the other way around. You'll be super chatting the chat. Like,
yeah, exactly.
hey,
That will be a bit
Yeah,
too
true.
much. So let's not do the punctuality for the first class. From next one we can
Okay,
do it.
sure.
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
works.
Okay. So you can see it clearly, right, on Zoom. Whatever is on my screen, it's an empty board right now.
Mhm.
So usually the first thing about chess, which is actually well known, but I mean well known within chess, but not to outside chess, is this is the empty board, and the right hand corner is a light square or a white square. This is how the board is set.
Okay.
So this H1 square will always be a light square. This is something they get wrong in movies and all adaptations wrong a lot of the
Mm.
times. So anyone from that industry watching,
Mhm.
also
Wow.
remember,
It's not just
Accurate,
us who are learning.
yeah, accurate depiction, please.
yes, the H1 square is the light square.
Okay.
I don't mind if you show it wrong personally, but a lot of chess players do mind. So let's keep them happy.
Hmm. I also learned during the chess.com lessons that you sent me,
Hmm.
white on your right. So
Yes,
I
white on
have
your right.
memorized this.
Yes, 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 yes,
I have memorized that.
yes.
And this is just the way it is, or is there a story behind this, or is there like
I don't know. I don't know if there is a
okay?
story behind it. I haven't. I'm not such a big expert on history. I stopped reading the part where India invented chess, and
Oh, from that point on, you were like, oh, from here on, I can just make whatever I want to say. Like,
That was enough for him. Invent ho gaya bas, itna hi.
huh.
yeah,
No,
that
no.
is enough
Also, you
for.
can just tell now all the players he plays with the Germans, the Russians, and everybody. They would believe him ना हाँ कि chess इंडिया में इनवाइट हुआ था इसको पता ही होगा सही बोल रहा होगा
Yeah. Super chat
Oh
from
my God.
Shubham Shah. It's 6:30 a.m. here in USA and watching your stream. Thank you, Shubham, and I hope
Oh,
you woke up to watch and not the other
hey
way we have
good
been doing.
morning Shubham हाँ, are you one of us
yeah. Good morning, Shubham. GM
Yeah,
Shubham. Guys, please appreciate my joke.
I did. I laughed. Nishant was the one who didn't react.
Yeah,
oh
Nishant.
oh no no
What
no
is this?
As a professional comedian, I think he sets a higher standard for jokes.
Yeah,
lol
he has a very high
lol
standard.
Yeah. So this is the first thing,
Okay.
the right hand
Yes.
corner.
Mhm.
Yeah, my initial thought was maybe we'll play games the way I was doing on Nishant's stream and stuff. But I thought, first let's get all the rules right. So, no one does
Mhm.
castling with the queen, or it's easier to
Yeah.
explain.
Mhm.
So the second thing, how the pieces move, yeah. And
Mhm.
this I think you all know already by
Mhm.
now. The king moves one square in any direction. I think I'll just get an empty board so that yeah. So we have an empty board. The king moves one square in every direction. So here can go to e2, f2, f1, d1, d2. The pawns. The pawns is it's a super chat from just a random guy. Aranya is on right and wearing white.
Yeah.
oh and I'm wearing black oh wow
Yeah.
is
Yeah, exactly, right? It's
is this a coincidence
Mm,
yeah. So the second thing, the pawns, yeah.
Mhm,
And with pawns, there are maybe one or two things that might be new to you or may not be. The simple and obvious thing is you can move two squares on the first move in
mhm,
the variant that we play right now.
mhm.
So first move you can play e4.
mhm,
After that it moves only
Mhm.
one square, except when it captures something. When it captures something, it can go one square on the diagonal.
mhm,
But
Mhm.
there is also a third function it can do. There is something called en passant. It's a French word.
mhm.
Do you know this
Mhm.
already,
No,
Riderby?
I might.
Mm,
I mean, I might. I don't know what it's called, but I don't know any other use of pawn or moves of pawn.
Yes. So en passant is when the pawn is on the fifth rank. So right now it's
Okay.
on the fourth rank.
Hmm.
Let's say black plays. I'll just make some random move with black to illustrate.
Hmm.
and now this pawn is on the 5th rank.
Okay.
When this pawn is on the 5th rank, and when the opponent makes a move on the 4th rank,
Oh, yeah. This I know. Yeah. Okay.
then you can capture this like
Diagonally
this.
capture.
You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
capture this diagonally. It need not be on d6. So this is called as n person.
Okay. N person. Okay.
Yeah.
But we don't
It's
get to see
only
this
on the
frequently in games as much. You know.
Yeah, it doesn't happen as frequently in games.
Yeah.
But if you do have such an opportunity, you should know that it's an option. You can take this. So
on what basis can you use this? Like only on the 5th rank?
yeah, only on the 5th rank, and when your opponent makes their first move with the pawn, 2 squares,
Yeah,
then you can capture it.
got it.
How do you spell it?
Okay.
En space
ASSANT.
yes, PASSANT. In French, usually the last letter is silent, so you don't pronounce it. So en passant.
N person. I like it. It sounds cooler.
Yeah.
And
So it's
I'm
just
gonna N pass on you.
yeah, it's the same for black as well. Like let's say a pawn is like on d4, and now white plays e4, then black can capture d into e3. Black's pawn is on the 5th rank. I can flip board
Yeah.
and illustrate this. Yeah.
And this can happen only between the pawns.
Yeah, this can happen only between the pawns. Now,
क्या हुआ?
They're
Yeah.
making fun of me for making notes.
Lol.
They're like, she's
Yeah.
actually taking notes. But I really need this because of my learning disability. Like having like notes and like this visual representation really helps.
what learning
Srinath,
disability?
do we have an option to change the color of the chessboard? I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, sure. I wanted to keep this because this is like the chess.com thing, right?
Oh
But
no,
you
it's
can
all green, I think, on streams.
Yeah, I'm actually seeing from the stream because it's not coming clearly on my screen.
Oh, okay. Then you're losing the 30 seconds, you know?
Huh.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like checking it once in a while when you're referring,
Oh,
to
yeah.
it.
This is better.
Perfect.
This is better. Yeah.
It's better. Cool.
The classic,
Yeah.
Cool.
the way it was
Amazing.
invented in India.
Yeah. Wooden.
Uh-huh.
Rooks, as I already mentioned, it moves in straight lines, because it's like a chariot. A chariot, tied with horses, it could not very easily move around. There is a scene in this movie called Gladiator. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I have.
You have watched it, right? So you remember when Maximus goes and he's fighting in his very first gladiator fight, where he tells them to stick together, and they're fighting against the chariots. And there is a scene in that where Maximus is on a horse and he jumps over a obstacle. There is a person behind with the chariot and he's not able to do the same. He cannot jump over the obstacle, so he hits it and falls.
Yeah.
So rooks
Yeah.
can only move on straight lines, whereas knight, on the other hand, it can move through obstacles. It has this
And it can jump over pieces, right?
yeah, it can jump over pieces. So the knight,
But
it
that
can
is only knight.
yeah, only knight can jump over pieces in
Got
this,
it.
and it moves in this L ka shape.
Yes.
Yeah, so these were the pieces that were there in the original chess. And bishop, I think, is a relatively new invention. I'm not entirely sure. But bishop, as we know, they have this unique ability to move in diagonals. Only the queen can do.
Yeah.
And therefore, if like white has this bishop, he sometimes has a monopoly over the light squares because if black doesn't have it. Yeah, so it's this unique ability and it can move anywhere within the diagonals.
So I want to just confirm if it's the same piece. I think it's the bishop, right? That they can never cross each other's path. They can be next to each other, but they can never cross each other's space.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Like these two bishops, they cannot interfere on each other's part.
Oh yeah, because they are different colors. So
Yeah,
can
they're
never-
different
Yeah,
colors.
because it's diagonal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And last one is queen. So queen is very easy to explain because by now we know how all the other pieces move. So um, the queen combines the movements of the bishop as well as the rook. Quite simply, it can
Yeah,
do both diagonals as well as the straight,
straight.
and therefore it is the most powerful piece and the probably the most valuable piece apart from the king. Although some people philosophically say that king is the most powerful piece because
The
everyone is
game
fighting for
ends.
the king. Yes, but also um, I mean it can also be a viewpoint that the queen is the most powerful and valuable
Your
because
game doesn't end when the queen ends, but your game ends when king ends.
yes, true, that is true, but also um, these are the pieces that are working out there, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it depends on
Also,
yeah.
queen can, I think, do every move which every other piece can do on the board except knight.
Yes, perfect, perfect. Yeah, so the queen can do every move except what the knight can do. And if you notice the mobility of the pieces, how many squares they control, it also changes from where they are. Like right now I put the queen on the center. From here it controls so many squares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas if I put it in a corner, in a more obscure place like here on A1,
Mhm.
then it controls lesser squares in general. Especially in a crowded board where there are other pieces, it will definitely control lesser squares. So the first thing is the pieces moving, how they move. The second thing is the value of these pieces, approximate value. And this is something I told you on a recent stream, I think, which something I noticed when you are playing also is sometimes you are literally looking at the exchange of pieces. This captures this, this captures this,
Mhm.
but queen is more powerful than a pawn. So if you have a variation where let's say queen and bishops are getting traded, it's a very good trade for the bishop.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So you see that what I'm trading for. Like if I'm trading my pawn versus somebody's bishop or a rook or a knight, then yeah, it's a good trade for me.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay, one sec. Going back to the streams we saw this weekend, is that why when Adhiban put his queen, everyone was like, why is he doing that? But he compromised on his queen to get like multiple other pieces.
uh Adiban, when did Adiban play?
Do you remember? I think it was Saturday when he played the queen in one of his games. We can come back to that. Like, it's not urgent. I feel like
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
trying to
I
add
just don't
some
remember when
understanding.
Adiban. You mean in Asian? Yeah, in Asian. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, in Asian.
Yeah,
That's the reason why they were like, why is he doing that? But then he compromised one piece, but he got like 9 other pieces or something like that, some multiple pieces
yeah,
in the
yeah,
process.
yeah. So approximate value that we have for pieces to help understand early is the queen is equal. The pawn is 1 unit.
Yeah.
So we since pawn is 1 unit, we can base all other units based on the pawns. So let's
Hmm.
say a queen is equal to 9 pawns.
Yeah.
Rook is equal to 5. Bishop and knight is equal to 3.
Oh, bishop and knight are same.
Yeah, bishop and knight are approximately the same.
So this is also how the points are calculated at the end.
At the end, they do not calculate the points. Like it
Hmm.
is not. Maybe in four-player chess it happens. They are
Hmm.
worth some points, but that is a different point system. That is not relevant to this.
Okay.
These
Okay.
points
Hmm.
are made to make it easier to guide which piece should be exchanged and which piece should not.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter if the opponent has all the pieces and you're mating his king, then you win. Even if they have like 30 points more than you. That doesn't matter.
Hmm.
But this is basically a guideline which tells you the approximate value of pieces, like how you have it in Monopoly. Yeah, different, like how something is worth more in a certain place in Mumbai compared
Yeah.
to
Just the
Nashik.
value, right, of the piece.
Yeah, it's approximate value of the piece, which is also very variable, but this is a good approximate guideline.
Okay. And
Got it.
does king has like points value? No.
No, the king does not have. King is infinite. Yeah, like
Infinite.
if king
Yeah.
is out, then it's out.
Game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think that's the only reason why king doesn't have, because if you get the king, then there's no like further
Mhm.
steps to be taken, right?
Yeah,
King
exactly.
is all the points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the king is the king literally. So yeah, these are the pawn system. I think we have covered all the pieces, how they move, the pawns.
Mhm.
Next we go to how the king castles, but I'll just catch up on some super chats
The
before
chat.
we go to the.
Yeah.
There's a chat from Mohan, Rider Hopi Heart, Aranya Hopi, Srinath Hopi. Thank
Hey,
you,
hey,
Yay.
Mohan.
thank you. I also got a super chat from just a random guy who says, "Watch the interview of Srinath in a train by Sagar Shah. You will be inspired."
Yeah,
You know,
Sagar
I
is.
saw that, and the top comment is like, mad respect for the cameraman to keep his hand stable for the entire hour.
Yeah, that is. Sagar does that a lot, you know. There have been sessions where he was kneeling down and holding the camera
Oh,
for
wow.
45 minutes.
Oh
Sagar
my God.
has done like amazing work for the last 4 5 years, although maybe 80% of people know him only in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
RIP kneecaps.
There's a
A lot
super
of people
chat
are
from, yeah,
asking. Sorry, yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
KP. Nothing should be learned for free. This is a small Guru Dakshina from my end. Thank you, Srinath sir. Yeah, thanks to Rider By as well for coming with such ideas and popularizing the chess in India. Thank you from me as well, Rider and Aranya.
Oh no, thank you,
It's
Srinath. He's a grandmaster teaching us,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
What
Why are you
else?
thanking?
Exactly.
We owe you like our lives at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna super chat my kidney to Srinath.
no, just VIP passes will do when you do your chess show in Chennai next time.
Oh, that is absolutely. You'll be gonna be in the green room and you're gonna be in the front row. And I will translate my jokes for you in English. I'll do
Uh,
it in Hindi and I'm like, okay, Sheena, this is just for you. This is what I said.
uh,
I'll come, I will translate it for him in English.
Yeah.
I'll volunteer. I'll volunteer.
no, I'll also get better in Hindi. That's part of the reason why I'm collabing a lot with Gamer Fleet also. I'm
Hmm.
sure just being around him, I will. And I'm also watching his old videos and stuff just to learn Hindi.
हिंदी हमें भी
Yeah.
आती है श्रीनाथ अगर हम भी लिटिल लिटिल वी कैन टीच यू हम भी सिखा सकते
Srinath, even my Hindi is really bad. So we're learning together.
हैं
Sure,
I'm
sure.
the only person that's not teaching anyone. I'm the only person that's exploiting of everyone's knowledge.
You're teaching
uh,
poetry, no?
poetry yeah
I
Yeah.
mean,
you're teaching life
Yes, you're teaching life.
a lot of people are asking Rider by rating 800 why basics so just because the basics is something you should know your basics what we've
yeah.
been playing is raw training if I can call that so this is
Yeah.
important to get the basics like I did not know about I didn't know that you can play that pawn move at level 5 I was not sure about that so that was
Hmm.
a learning for me
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
also for the other streamers who haven't joined, they'll get to see this quick little
yes
intro
yes guys
and
who don't know
join as
everybody on comedians on board is watching this stream right now
well.
uh, yeah I'm not even kidding I
Yeah,
got the
I'm
message on the
sure.
WhatsApp group Samay Rena has shared a screenshot of this stream of Srinath's stream and shared it on the WhatsApp if in case anybody is
Oh,
interested so a lot of people are watching the stream also yeah
Also,
that's
two
nice.
reasons. Yeah. Like, first of all, a few weeks ago, I made a poll on my YouTube channel. To be honest, before the lockdown, things were extremely different. I was just around this
Hmm.
group of grandmasters, and to be honest, I was like probably one of the guys starting out there. So I was in that kind of an environment. And then
Hmm.
later, when the lockdown opened up and we all started connecting with everyone, I understood, okay, there are people who are skilled at chess at different levels, and not everyone is at that level. And then, but I still didn't understand this quite that much. And then when I started my own channel, I made a poll on YouTube about asking the subscribers ratings. And it turned out that 85% of them did not have a FIDE rating. And that really changed my perspective. I didn't know that the
Yeah.
percentage would be 85%. I mean, we all have approximate idea of certain things, yeah, but when you see it
Yeah.
right there in numbers.
Yeah.
And the second thing why I really wanted to start this series, I played Among Us with you guys. The first stream, I couldn't talk anything. So then I had to think, I could either shout more like Arnab, or I can devise something where I'm the only one talking and you all are quiet.
Srinath OP in the chat, guys. Srinath OP in the chat.
Politest
Srinath,
way to tell us to shut up.
that was hilarious. That's Srinath's way of telling jokes, guys.
Yeah.
That was
Very
that
rare.
was so funny.
And also, Srinath, one thing I noticed during this past week that I've been on the chess streams, I keep saying, like, I don't understand what's happening, but I'm very excited. A lot of people used to be like, even we don't understand, so
Yes,
don't
yes,
worry.
yes,
But
exactly,
now this is
exactly.
a chance. I genuinely, even on Sagar stream, even here, I feel like I'm kind of representing the chat,
Absolutely.
asking all the stupid questions.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. You're representing the chat, and I'm also trying to teach the chat along with you.
Yes, for sure.
Murli Fani has a super chat. I remember the Sagar's interview. He had to wait for 6 hours for 3 minutes of Magnus in approximately -10 weather. Also,
Oh,
chess training
wow.
is too expensive, which we are getting for free. Thank you, Srinath.
Yes. Yay.
Hey.
Yeah. So moving on, Castle. So this Castle, why I'm showing is again in the stream, which we first did after Among Us. Yaya at one point told you that you couldn't Castle when you actually could. So it's best we clarify this for everyone. So I'll put an
Yaya
NT.
told me I couldn't do it.
There was a point where Yaya told you cannot Castle, but you actually
Okay.
could. So I told you can, and you did it. It was queenside castling.
Okay. Castling can happen both sides.
Yeah, there are two sides you can castle, and then there are certain rules and restrictions against it. So this is the basic portion where you can castle. So you can either there are two ways. One is you castle on the king side, where the king on h1 e1 goes to g1, and the rook on h1 comes to f1. It's the same for black as well. If he wants to castle king side, he cannot do it right now. I'll tell you why. But the queenside castling works in a way where this king on e8 goes to c8, and the rook on e8 comes to d8. This is queenside castling, and in chess parlance, it's also called as short castle and long castle. The short castle is the one on the king, and the long castle is the one on the queen
Queen.
side.
Okay. The most common one is the short castle that we do.
Yeah, the most common one is the short castle, but you do long castle also quite often, yeah,
So for
Nishanka?
a long castle, you said you need to move the king one step towards the rook to be able to do the long castle.
You have to do it 2 steps.
Two steps.
Yeah,
Okay, 2 steps.
and you have to bring the rook 3 steps. King to c8, rook to d8.
Okay,
And
wait, I have a stupid question.
Sorry, can you
You said
do it
that,
once?
there are no
yeah,
stupid
can you do
questions
it
here.
again?
There are only questions.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Can you just do it again so I can make sure, like, maybe it might answer my question?
yeah. So this is the short castle. King to g1 or king to g8. Rook 2 squares. King 2 squares, rook 2 squares on the this side. And king 2 squares, rook 3 squares. This is on the queen side.
Okay.
Okay.
My question is, the rook was on the right, which is A8, I think. But rook can't jump over pieces, right? So how did it come to the other side of the king?
This was probably a bit of a technical mistake when I explained first.
Okay, okay,
But
just confirm it.
yeah. The castle is an exception. Normally it cannot,
Okay, okay,
but
okay.
yeah. And With castle, you first touch the king and then you take the rook in general. You don't touch the
Okay,
rook.
got it, got it. So king moves first
Yeah.
usually.
So in real tournament games played on a physical board, there is a
Yeah,
concept called touch mo, which means you have to
yeah.
move the piece which you have touched. Like if you touch this king, you have to move that king.
So you can't like leave it.
You can, but like you cannot touch it. And put it back and make move with another piece.
A change.
Yeah,
Okay,
you cannot
understood.
change it. So when castling also, if you like first touch the rook, then you have touch the rook and you have to make a move the rook.
Oh, so
Okay.
Whereas
you cannot do castle if you've touched the rook first.
first, yes,
So like
Oh,
that matters. So like if you touch a move, you commit to moving only that move in that round.
yes,
oh.
Got it.
it's
Got it. Got it.
Does this also apply for the online thing when we play?
online. There is no touch move rule, but online also you have to put your king first in the
King only.
square.
You cannot put your
Yeah,
mouse on rook and do the castling.
yeah. If you put your rook, then it comes like
It's
this.
just a move.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, can you just do the long castle once, step by step? Can you show it? Like
Uh,
move king to
yeah,
d1,
yeah.
d.
You just put the king from e8 to c8,
Okay.
and the computer automatically moves your rook from e8 to
Oh,
d8.
it's the same like the short castle only.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Cool.
Computer itself does it.
Okay.
But in this question, first question: can black castle short?
Can black castle short?
Yes, like black castle on the king side here.
I think yes.
Okay, so the correct answer is no.
Okay.
You cannot
Okay.
castle under certain circumstances. One
Okay.
circumstances when, like, essentially you're executing a move where the king goes, it's traveling from e8 to g8, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it cannot
Yeah.
travel from e8 to g8 when one of the squares is controlled by the opponent. The pathway
Oh.
is blocked.
No. But
So
in
if the
normal circumstances, when the second row is still with pawns and or whatever, if it's not controlled by rook in this case or
the
whatever,
rook, yeah.
yeah, in that case you can, right?
Yeah, if the rook was not controlling, you can.
Okay.
Like if the rook was, like if there's a pawn on f2.
Oh,
Because then that would immediately be a check, right? If we put it on the right because of the
Yeah,
rook.
exactly. Although when you do it on the computer, it just goes quickly to g8 and
Ha
f8.
ha. Yeah.
In reality, the king is slowly traveling f8, g8.
Yeah.
Then this
So
rook
it's a
is,
threat to the king, right?
yes. So
Got it.
either if a rook is controlling here, or if there's a bishop on c4 controlling the g8 square, if any of these squares is controlled, then you cannot castle. That would be an illegal
Okay.
move. In computer, it just simply wouldn't let you do it. In
Yeah.
real life, your opponent can claim an illegal move.
which is the illegal move? The
Castle would be an illegal move.
illegal
Like,
move.
yeah,
Okay.
if you do it in this.
If there is any piece that is threatening the
Threatening
king,
the king.
right?
Yeah. If there is
Got
Okay.
it.
not exactly threatening the king, but if it is blocking the pathway, the squares where the king goes to.
Mm-hmm. This is new. I
Okay.
did not know about this. This new.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, another
Okay.
rule for castling is neither the king nor rook should have moved before.
Oh, so even if
Oh.
my rook right now, say, let's say at B is at yeah,
Yeah.
go one right, on
Y- Yeah.
yeah.
So I move this.
Mm-hmm.
I come here. I move this back.
Hmm.
I come here. Now also you cannot castle with this
I
rook.
cannot.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can only do
okay.
it with this.
Initial position.
Yeah. So think of castling as the medieval marriage system, like, so you have to commit it once and it's forever. And if you moved it once, then you break that commitment already and you cannot go back on it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But so
So
the king,
ideally,
yeah,
if we are trying to castle, we should ideally not touch the rook until we castle, right?
yeah. But if you have moved this rook, then you can still castle with this other rook.
The other one,
Other rook.
the long
Yeah.
castle.
Yeah. You can do the long castle. So, two things. One, you cannot castle when something is blocking the path. Second, if you have already moved the piece, you cannot castle. That is why, quite often in openings, it's very useful for you to give a check to your opponent when he cannot block it and has to move the king. Because once you have
Mm.
moved the king is stuck in the center. You cannot castle anymore.
Oh, Interesting. Okay. Reason to move king. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I may have forgotten to mention, but generally, when I refer to king side and queen side, what it means is, let's say it's we divide the boards into two. So this part is the king side, around where the king is, and
Yep.
this part is the queen side.
Mhm.
The second part from D to A1, A8, D1, D8. The square is the queen side. E1, E8, H1, H8 is the king side.
Mhm.
Left is king and right is queen.
Yeah, exactly. True.
Got it.
So I think this is all the rules of the castling.
Mhm.
I'll just refer to my notes and see if I haven't missed anything.
Also, Srinath, I think there are some questions on the chat regarding castling.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Let's take them all. Ensure that this castling concept is thoroughly there for the comedians on board. So we have no more. We have it all clear. It's just easier to play when everything is clearly
Hmm.
known. What are the questions? Did you see any which I missed?
I'm just trying to
So
scroll. Give me a second.
I have one. I'll read it out. It's from Saurabh. So if you get check and the king check is blocked, they can still castle question mark.
Oh yeah, you cannot also castle when you're on a check. That is also another thing.
Yeah, which is I think more or less
Okay.
the same thing which you mentioned if the rook is attacking.
Yeah, but slight difference. Yeah, like for
Hmm,
example, if I capture this with this, and you're under check,
Now I can't
so now
castle.
you cannot castle, right?
Hmm.
But if what if there is a bishop b5 check?
Exactly. Then
So then it is not really covering the.
sorry, there's a screen on top of the
Yeah,
chessboard.
yeah. I was trying to bring the bishop to
Yeah, he's
b5.
Oh, okay,
adding the piece right now, I think.
okay.
Yeah. So if there's a
Yeah.
bishop giving a check here,
Hmm.
so here also you cannot castle on
Oh,
a
so
check.
any sort of
Okay.
check you cannot castle. If there's a check, you just can't
Yeah.
castle.
If
Doesn't
there's a
matter
check,
what.
you cannot castle.
Okay, okay.
But ideally, if you castle initially, there are less chances of there also being a check, right? You help prevent that a little bit to some extent.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
the idea of castling is to safeguard the king.
Protect the, yeah, okay.
I don't know. Is that true, Srinath? Is that the reason you
Yeah.
castle?
Idea of castling is safeguarding the king. Like again, this comes from the medieval times. Yeah. So medieval times, when an army comes to the gate, what do? You go and stay inside the castle, and everyone is out defending at the gates. There is a siege. So same way, the king behind the pawns act like a siege, and there is a rook nearby protecting. So the king is well protected inside the castle. That is the idea. It's uh, it's so that when you start, you usually push these pawns in the center, so your king becomes a bit exposed. So then you send him inside the castle just in case a stray arrow or a projectile doesn't hit him by mistake.
Okay.
It's completely derived from the ancient war scenario.
Someone in the chat suggested something nice that for each piece I should use a different color pen so it's easier for me to like refer to the notes. So I've got my highlighters out.
There's a super chat from Rahul. I have been watching chess for past 4 months. It's the first time I understood NPAS and Castle. Thanks, Srinath. Yeah, thank you so
Yay.
much, Rahul. That was one of the reasons why I started this out. The first few lessons, at least, I want to ensure that the rules are in place. Everyone understands what is going on in chess when we are watching. Pratim Ray 20k OP. Oh, I've reached 20k. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
hey.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
20k OP.
Thanks, everyone.
Yay.
And special thanks to Nishant and Suhani as well.
Oh,
Although
thank you,
Suhani
man.
is not here right now.
We'll tell her.
Yeah. Okay, so next let's look at some basic checkmating patterns. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so checkmate is when basically there is a check and the king cannot move anywhere. So the king should be under check and the king cannot move anywhere. So right now, do you see? I'll first start with Aranya because it's too easy for rider by. Do you
Okay.
One
see?
second, one second. I'm asked. Joel's calling, and I think he planned to join. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah,
sure,
sure, sure,
sure.
sure. But it
Would you
might be
be
a bit
okay?
too basic for Joel. But I'd be happy to have him anyway. You can send him the link, Zoom link.
Would you be okay with more comics joining if they wish to?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Anyone is welcome. Like I'll have this time where I teach chess, and anyone is welcome. Um, and once we all get better, we can also have more games against each other. Like I'm sure your level can improve very quickly
Oh
because
yeah,
the
yeah.
others only have a few months of head start against you. It's not like years of practice.
Mm, mm.
So very quickly you can reach their level.
Oh,
And
this morning I had a match, and I so wish I could analyze that match with you. The game uh, was so interesting. Like I did blunders, 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 and at the end, suddenly I converted my pawn to queen and took all his things. So I had a queen and king, and he had a king and two pawns, but he won, and I wanted to understand how that happened at
oh,
the end.
but I checked your games in the morning today. I did not see any new games except
Oh,
the
so
last two.
I'll share the other one because I have two devices, so sometimes I play on the other one.
Ha, yeah, yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
I'll
Please do,
okay. We'll
please do.
yeah, yeah. I want to talk about that particular game. I
Joel might join us in a bit. I told him I don't know how long we'll be on because we're going to, what our plan is for a bit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So I told him to message me when he plans to join.
yeah, sure.
I had a question, but I don't know if I should ask it now because it's about pawn promotion.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to show about pawn promotion as well.
So
So,
should I keep that for later? Because there's a chance you might answer that question. Should we do what you're doing right now?
Sure.
uh,
Check audio check. I know my chat is saying no audio. Can you please confirm, guys? Can you hear me and the panel? You guys can hear me, right?
yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Aranya, do you see how black can mate white here in this position, which is on the board?
With the king.
Like black has to play right now.
Yeah.
So, do you see?
So you're saying that it has to be a mate. That means it has to be a threat to the king, right?
Yeah. So it has to be a check.
Mm.
Do you see any checks? Black can give white here.
Black can give. Oh, is it with one of the pawns? By removing the pawn, it becomes a threat because there's an opening.
No, it's not with the pawn. It's with
One
the
of the
queen.
white pawns.
Oh yeah, sorry. I should flip the board first of all, so it's easier to see. Yeah. So it's black to move.
Okay.
Black has to
So
give white
this
a
is
check.
okay. Mm, I'm not sure.
Yeah. The chat has the answer. I think Nishant Bhai, you can answer this one very easily.
We'll go to the initial position.
How? No, I don't understand.
This is for the check, no?
Yeah, yeah. Black to play and checkmate in
Check
one more.
D it's D, right?
Yeah.
D1 to go to it's very small. Just a second.
Oh,
Uh,
sorry
no,
about
no,
that.
no, 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 no. Yeah. What's the A B C D E F G H? Yeah. H 5. Yeah,
Yeah,
H
correct,
5, right?
correct.
Yeah.
It's
I
h4,
can't.
but
H4. Okay.
yeah, queen h4 is mate. This is checkmate
Uh-huh.
because the king is in check
Oh,
and
okay. But aren't you like not supposed to use the back pieces until you get the pawns moving a little bit more, or you're allowed to use it like that?
no,
I
you're
didn't know
allowed to
that.
use it. You're allowed to use it. There's nothing wrong.
But doesn't this put us at threat of our queen being taken?
Yes,
But no, that's because we're at check already, right? So the chances of that means we're still winning.
essentially here the game is over already, so the queen is not in any
Oh,
risk.
okay, okay.
But those are general
Understood.
guidelines.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So this is checkmate, and Nishant Bhai was asking me about this earlier in one of the streams. So this is the position. White to play.
Mm-hmm.
So what move will you play here, Aranya first?
Oh my god, stop putting me on the spot now. Okay, so this white needs to play,
Yeah,
and we can play any of the pieces.
yeah. So for the next session, what I can do is I'll just give you the link where I'm doing this. So you'll see the board in a big screen.
Yeah.
This one I
Okay.
couldn't do it on time,
Yeah, no
but that will
worries.
be like a Google Sheets ka thing, Whatever I'm doing, you'll be able to see it on sync.
So my question is, if a king has to capture, he has to take over the piece, or can it be like a pawn and he can diagonally take the piece?
He can diagonally take the piece. Like if I play queen to c7 here, like if I do this, the king can
Yeah.
diagonally take it. But if
Oh,
the queen
okay.
is supported by anything, then the king cannot take it. Like if the queen is
What do you
supported,
mean supported by other pieces?
yeah, like if this king was protecting the queen, then the black king
Yeah.
cannot take it. So
Okay.
then, can you give a check to black from where he cannot take it? It's supported by the white king.
But like that we can do with the queen. But with the king, what are the criterias for it to capture?
There is no criteria. The king can capture anything within one square on any direction,
Yeah. Yeah.
provided the piece is not supported by any other piece.
So then, wouldn't it be the queen here that has the power to do the to like threaten the king instead of the other king?
1 second, Joel is here.
Joel is here, guys. Joel is here.
Oh
Joel
my
OP,
god.
guys. Joel OP. Joel is here.
Thank you, man. I had to do something else. I was just shooting a brand video, and I'm so pathetic at acting. I'm so pathetic at acting. मुझे पता है ये कल reject होने वाला है. But I just did
Oh
delivery.
god.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Nisham bhai, can you act?
Yeah, sort of. If, for brands and all the stuff, I can, but not for like these proper. I've never tried for web series and movie का auditions के लिए जो call आते हैं. I said joke सुनना.
Something happened to my.
Aranya,
Yeah.
can you act?
No.
GM Srinath, can you act?
No, you're seeing me playing imposter. Come on.
Yeah,
What
that's
question
more
are
than
you
enough.
asking?
Oh, that way Aranya can definitely act, guys.
Ha,
Kuch bhi, yeah.
true.
Kuch bhi.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so regarding the previous question, I think it's the queen that has more of a power to threaten the king than the other king.
Yeah. Only the queen can
Right?
do it. Yeah. The king cannot do
I
it.
can't see the board anymore, but
Yeah.
I
Something
Yeah,
went wrong with my OBS.
he's just fixed.
okay.
Maybe you must have minimized your browser, Srinath.
No, I did not minimize my browser, but something just went wrong with this OBS.
Oh, in the OBS, just go and click on it again one time. Just click something else and click back on the browser and it'll come.
Yeah, I did that, but it's weird. It's showing something behind you, and I cannot. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Got it.
right here. Tum, 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 tum.
Come on.
Is that how you guys play when y'all are streaming? Y'all don't look at the stream, y'all look at the website and play together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't look at the stream.
I think you're not even allowed to, apart from just the distraction part of it, है ना?
Yeah. No, the 30-second delay, that is the main thing. Neither you
Also,
can.
but you're not allowed to when you're playing professionally.
Yeah. When you're playing professionally, you're not allowed to see the chat and stuff.
Okay, so the question is, how would we do a checkmate here? I don't think the king has the power. Queen can move diagonally and can move straight lines.
Yes.
But over here, diagonally doesn't make sense. So it can only be straight, right?
Yes.
So It would be right under the king. So D7.
Yes, very good. Fantastic. Queen d7
Do I
would
get a
be
gold
mate.
star, Srinath?
Yes, definitely, definitely. You
So
learn
there's
to
one
mate
more
on your
mate
first
here.
lesson.
Yeah. Okay.
So queen
Srinath,
d7 is, yeah.
there's also this, no, when the king can go to the last rank.
Which one? Queen b8, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Queen b8 is also mate. Queen b8 is also mate. Queen d7 is also mate. But what happens after queen c6? Do you guys know?
Queen.
If white
C6.
plays queen c6 here,
Huh.
Then the
now what
white
That's
happens?
all.
king is settled,
No, that's
right?
also mate.
Yes, but the black king is not under check. Black king cannot move any square
Move. Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
covered.
Yeah.
But the
It's
black king is not under check.
So what happens is a stalemate.
Yeah, this is what is stalemate.
Oh,
So I think you
okay.
also asked me this in the earlier stream, yeah, when you're playing with
Yes.
computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you do this without a check, then it becomes a stalemate.
Okay.
And the final thing we will address today is the pawn promotion, which I did not. So pawn promotion.
Sorry. 1 second. What was the move that Joel mentioned? I thought D7 was. He mentioned one more move.
Yeah, b8 is also a mate because it covers this square
Covers this. Okay. Yeah. Again. Cool.
and
Yeah.
all the squares are covered.
Cool.
So Joel is
I'll
able.
tell you some.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Joel is able to see it immediately because he knows these patterns. He has seen it.
Yeah.
And you can also train these patterns on chess.com. There is this learn option, right? I already showed you in
Yes.
chess.com/live. Basically, you can just do chess.com/lessons, and there you have so many options to learn. Mate-in ones are
And
also
the
part of
trainer
it.
even looks like Srinath. So you feel even more comfortable.
Yeah, Srinath has a very teacher face.
Vibe.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, Nishant, I think that's why we wanted to put our chashma on for today. I feel like that's
Yeah.
the only way we feel applicable.
No, I
Joel,
was
go
saying,
get your chashma.
I was saying, even I want to teach someone like from absolute beginner, right? Because I
Me?
feel whatever Srinath can teach, like just like as an experiment, I want to see whose student means Srinath or mine. I think that would be damn cool.
Oh my god. Teach
Joel,
me.
then you teach Akash Mehta.
No, teach
No,
me.
yeah, I'll teach, but I think Nishant's skill level is higher. We need two people who've never played, right?
Like
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, I'll teach you, but then I need one
Aranya.
more person who's never played.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling you that, Nishant, at 1:30 I was on chess.com lessons. It was
I
because
was-
of Srinath.
I was playing till 6. It's crazy
I
how
saw you were still playing, but I was like, I won't even understand anything if I watch. I might as well watch the lessons to someday understand.
I was
But
streaming till 5-6, and then I think off stream I was playing till 8 something. I'm like, I cannot
Oh.
sleep with losing a game. I have to win, and then
Nishant,
that is true for
You-
so many people.
yeah, bro. Joel.
Yeah.
when you ask me, no, what was the other move that
Yeah.
the queen wala,
Huh.
that comes from knowing how to mate with a rook and a king.
Rook and a king. Okay.
So if you see that, that's the pattern. है ना, Srinath?
Yeah, exactly. That is also because with rook you mate in the last rank,
Mm-hmm.
and with
Al-
rook also
also
it's
I-
very easy to stalemate. Yeah, Joel.
No. Also, like I think till 12th standard, I never thought you could rook with a king and a king, rook and a king. I used to just give up. I said, draw, fuck it.
Goda's
Yeah,
respectable.
Goda's
Joel.
respectable.
Oh, I'm
Joel.
sorry.
On
I
Srinath
just
is
forgot.
streaming.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Why do you expect any better of Joel? Anyway, back to pawn promotion. I have a question, but I'll ask only like if it's not answered while you're doing
Sure.
it.
So the pawn promotion happens when the pawn goes to the 8th rank all the way
Yes.
from
Yep.
Eve to Eve, and then it goes to the 8th rank. Here you have the option to promote it to anything like except king. So it can be a queen, it can be a rook, it can be a bishop, it can be a
Bishop.
knight.
Yep.
So here you get this option and you can choose.
Yeah. Okay.
Generally, mostly they promote to the queen.
Okay.
So when it's promoted to the knight, rook, or bishop, it's called as under promotion.
Oh, interesting.
But
That's what
sometimes it's a
my
flex,
question was
under
about,
promoting
actually.
and winning.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I was like, under what circumstances does a pawn, like, why would someone opt to make their pawn something apart from a queen? On what, like, reasons?
Many reasons. Like for example, a simple illustration. We have this position where there's a king on f6, king on h7, pawn on f7, and here it's white to move. Now, if you are white, what would you do, Nishant Bhai? What move would you make as white?
As white,
Yes,
of
white to
course,
play.
I'll f8.
Yes,
Go for hard. Go for queen.
yes. But if you go for queen, then what happens next?
Uh,
What move does black play?
mm, oh, that's a stalemate.
Yes, this is a stalemate.
Mhm.
So in this situation, promoting to queen doesn't work. So then what would you promote it to?
We can do rook, the next
Yeah.
best
Yes, rook
option.
is correct. If you do rook, then it's a mate next move. Black has to play king h6
Mm,
and rook h8 is mate.
and then
Yes. Whereas if you promote it to bishop or knight, then the game ends immediately.
mm,
Because it's a draw when it's automatic draw because of two less pieces. If you promote to knight or bishop, only if a king and knight against a king is remaining, then it's a draw. The game immediately ends. It's not
oh,
even, yeah,
if it's king, both the kings and bishop at any one side,
yeah,
it's a draw.
yeah, it's a draw.
Oh, okay,
Like this is
okay.
a draw. Bishop or knight, it's a draw. And a stalemate is also a draw. So
Yeah,
there
this is
are,
a stale. This is a stalemate. No, no, this is not a stalemate.
yeah, this is not a
This,
stalemate.
but this is a draw.
Yeah, this is a draw.
Okay.
So I think there are about 6 ways the game can end in a draw in general. Stalemate is one of them. Another is when you have insufficient material.
I saw repetition on one of, I think, Vidit's games
Yeah,
this weekend.
repetition is when the same position comes 3 times in a game, back
Okay.
and
Okay.
forth.
For
But
both the players.
yeah, exactly. But I think the other ways of draw is maybe slightly more complex, so we can reserve it for the future
For
lessons.
later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Essentially, for now, when you're trying to mate with limited material,
Mm-hmm.
uh, stalemate is a draw, or when you have insufficient material, then also it's a draw.
Okay.
If only king and a minor piece against a king, minor piece are bishops and knights are called as minor pieces.
Okay.
Rook and queen are called as major pieces or heavy
Okay.
pieces.
Okay. And
So
pawns, if two kings and a pawn,
pawns,
that's
it's not a draw because you can promote the pawn to a queen.
okay. Okay.
So that won't be a draw. This is also not a draw if there is one more piece. Like if there are two pieces, then it's not a draw. But if it's only one piece, then it's a draw. And the game ends immediately. So in chess.com, you might have noticed that when you have only a knight or only a bishop, and even if you win on time, then it's a draw. Like in this position, black has, let's say, some pawns on h6, g5, and black loses on time, then it ends in a draw because white does not have enough material to mate.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So I think we'll keep the first lesson a bit short and
Short and sweet.
yeah,
Yep.
short and sweet.
Shall me and Srinath play one game? Handicap game, of course.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I'd be happy to in general. But I think right now we are having a celebration stream for the women's team. You know, they won the Asian Championship.
Oh, yeah.
So I would really love it if all of us can go there and, you know, give our support and cheer for the women's team. Spam with all love and
Yeah,
hearts.
yeah.
Which channel is it on?
It's in the channel of Surya Shekhar Ganguly, who is also a grandmaster, a very good friend. He was the captain of the Asian men's team. So I would like all of us to go there, but I'll just read through the super chats before we
Yes, for
go
sure.
Also,
there.
there's a repetitive question. One about what was that? Scholars. One thing. I don't know if you would want to answer this now or later. Scholars made something.
Yeah, scholars mate is a type of mate. So there are many different types of mate. Scholars mate is the one that happens where white plays something like e4, e5, and then directly they go and hit the f7 pawn like this: bishop c4. Let's say bishop c5, queen h5. Now you are threatening mate, queen into f7, knight f6, and now if white takes this, it's mate. It's end of the game. Queen into f7.
This is called a
Black.
scholars mate.
Yeah, this is called scholar's mate, or also it's also called as fool's mate in certain lingo. And
Scholar's mate is actually sarcastic.
probably yes, it's sarcastic. Generally, you're not taught to bring the queen out, but in any battle or any fight, the first instinct is to go and hit your opponent directly. But when you face more experienced fighters, they know how to prevent it, block it, or sidestep it and move away. And then you will be the one who is tripping and falling when you try and hit directly. So then you learn other things, like first you have to develop your pieces, control the center, these concepts. They come in.
Cool. Guys, let's go and raid Surya Shekhar Ganguly's channel where they're
Yeah.
celebrating now.
Yeah. I'll
Guys,
just catch up with some super chats
okay.
before we raid. Garima Sharma was eagerly waiting for the stream. Hope I'll learn these tips and tricks and my game becomes better. Big fan, love and respect GM Sri. Thank you so much. I really hope everyone who is watching all the chat and everyone in the panel also gets better and they're able to understand chess better. That is one of the goals.
Absolutely. I told the chat in the beginning only, I'm not going to be active because the teacher's going to punish me if I don't chat during lessons.
Yeah.
Can I just say, this short, sweet stream, I've already got 4 pages.
Wow.
So we're going to see after all the streams how many pages of just chess I'm going to have in this book.
Wow. There is a super chat from Krutik Chaudhary just here for Aranya.
Oh, we're also here to learn chess. So let's keep our eyes on the board.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. There is a super chat that confesses a crush for me. Do you want me to read that out or?
Yeah, please go ahead.
There's a super chat from Shashank Shukla. Srinath is the only competition to Sagar in terms of cuteness, sweetness, and patience. My man crush.
Oh.
When I got these super chats at first, I used to just skip reading them. But
Hey, I remember Sina saying that he used to get super chat but no messages. So that was such an original problem which has no solution.
Okay, let's
do the raid.
Let's do the raid. Let's go.
Let's go do the raid. Let's cheer them on.
What are we raiding on? What are you saying?
We are raiding Surya's chat.
Come on, ho jaye chat. Let's go.
All the
women champions
of the Asian nationals.
Oops.
That's a lot of things to keep in mind. Surya, women's team, Asian nationals.
Yeah, this is the.
Where is the link, Srinath? Can you just send it to me? I'll share on the chat.
Yeah, I will.
Just send it on Zoom also. I'll share it.
I'll put it in the WhatsApp group.
I'm here.
Come on.
Put it on the WhatsApp group. Yeah, put.
Oh my god, I should have never streamed with Adiban.
Oh, okay. Someone has already shared it. Thank you, Arya.
I mean, look what you have done to me. Earlier, I was doing it like, in a one
Oh, so
click, I was
cute.
doing
It's
it
called
in such a
Gangs with
small-
the Golden Girls. That's
Yeah.
so
Everything is
cute.
gone.
I love the alliteration, can I just say?
Yeah.
My inner poet is jumping out.
Awesome. Okay, so finally I got everything.
So this is the Asian women's team that won the gold very recently. And Ganguly was the captain of the open team that won the silver medal, in
Oh.
which I was also helping.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just going to mute myself because I'm trying to hear what they're saying. Okay.
Guys, the way it looks like,
Srinath,
I'm unable to share
Yeah.
this. Can you see my screen
was
actually?
Divya
All
also
of
there
you?
in the women's team?
No, Divya was not there in the
you-
women's team.
You cannot.
She
Yeah?
was there in the earlier
Is it
Olympiad
okay if
team.
I just
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she was not
when
there
we
in the
see the
women's
games, I
team.
just tell you and tell you the move numbers and you open the game
Oh,
here.
Do you all
and
like?
Will that be
yeah,
fine?
yeah, Joel.
No,
No,
because
finish.
because I'm really
No, I wanted to tell one
struggling
final thing
while
before
sharing the
signing
screen.
out. So you go ahead.
No, I was like,
Might
like,
as well.
do you all
Because
rotate players like giving everybody a chance
Sorry,
of
what
the
is
Olympiad or something, or do you
going
all
on here?
select the team basis on form?
It's based on rating. There is a very clear criteria by the Indian Chess Federation. So there is a FIDE rating, and the top 5 they get selected into the team.
is kind of contagious.
Okay, that's it. There's no rotation. There's no giving somebody a rest or something like that.
There is also there. It's based on the form. The initial squad is picked based on the rating.
That's what he got.
Okay.
He fixed his OBS
Also,
skill,
before
and
we
now I
leave,
got
I
his
have one
OBS
more
skill.
question.
And then
Yeah.
In the game, when we're playing this online,
Srinath is
when we do
continuing
pawn
to
promotion, we get the option of
yeah,
picking
as
the
I was
piece.
saying,
But if
like,
we were
Srinath,
playing
you have
this
no
in real
escape plan.
life,
You have to
like, do
now
you just
fix,
switch, like, swap
Sorry,
the
sorry,
pieces?
sorry,
or
sorry. I'm
from
hearing
below
both
1800
Surya
up
and
to
your
1500
voice.
also.
Although I have
Oh,
2
my
ears,
He was
only one
teaching
brain.
how
So
pieces are moving, how the
Sorry,
king is
sorry.
moving, how rook
Should
is
I
yeah.
moving,
repeat
and
what
how
I was
bishop is
asking?
moving.
Yes,
And it's
please.
amazing. He was
Now I'm
making
paying
Okay,
it
attention
so
to you.
entertaining, and I was
Okay.
literally
When we're doing
impressed.
pawn promotion
Wow,
on like the
it would be
online
very
board,
tough
we
for me
get
to
the
do it,
option of
but
picking the
he
piece,
is
right? Which you
Yeah.
want to do. But if you're
It is
playing on an actual board, how would you like? Do you just get to pick the piece you want, or
excellent.
like,
Yeah, you
would
get
you
to
have
pick the
to
piece you
negotiate
want.
that?
Guys, okay.
Do you
You
have to like announce it or something?
What was
No,
your
no.
strategy?
You can
What
just
were you
put
having?
the
Just
pawn.
replace it.
Yeah, replace it with the piece.
Got it. That's all. I just wanted to ask that.
Yeah.
That,
And final
Uh,
thing,
that is
go to
what
chess.com/lessons and do practice as much as you can. It will
Yes,
really help.
before next session.
Yeah. And
Yes.
Nishant
yeah,
bhai, you can
Nor-
continue to
normal
play
cheese, yeah,
games.
that's the normal
I'll be
Yeah.
watching your games.
sure,
I'll be
sure.
watching all the games you're playing. Either I'll watch it live or I'll watch it later.
Uh-huh.
And I'll definitely let you know. And I'm absolutely
Thank you.
sure that you can get much better in a very, very short time because
Thank you.
the learning curve is very fast when you're just learning.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nishant,
Thank
are
you
you
so much for
continuing?
being so
Sorry.
patient.
No, you know what
Thank
he's
you
doing?
for being
He's
so patient,
showing
Srinath.
this
I really
stream to
appreciate
his
it.
channel,
Yeah,
so
taking
that
out
they
also
can
time
come
and doing this,
here
man.
as well.
Sorry,
Yes.
Joel, you were saying
It's like
something.
before wrapping
No,
up,
I
he
mean,
is training.
Nishant, are you still
So
streaming? Are you even shutting off?
that's really sweet of Srinath. Yeah.
Oh, I have a stream. Yeah, after this I'm
Thanks to
shutting
all
and
the
I'll be
super
back.
chat.
I have a
Thanks,
stream at
thanks
7
Pratap.
o'clock. Today we do
Okay.
And
Discord
yeah, so
talent night
Mary,
in which
so
we
at
get
what
all
time
the
you used to
artists
have
from
team
Discord
meeting?
and I stream with them on YouTube and some of them are singers, poets, and some of them rap, some of
I
them.
saw last time thoda bahut.
Yeah. So
Right.
I do
Or
that
the Ninja
every.
31.
Yeah, that one.
Huh.
Yeah, I do that
So
every
I'll
Tuesday. Yeah.
I'll come see that after I cheer for the girls. So
Yeah.
I'll see.
That is the 7th. Yeah, so
Wow.
there's lots of time. Shiraj,
Perfect.
one last thing.
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and introduce all the people on the panel so even the chat knows who all are there?
Oh, yeah.
Starting from top left.
But
Yeah. So
how
top
you
left
were
is
deciding like who would play,
top
who would
left
take
to
from?
me is Abo Ganguly, right?
No. Top left is the one in the green thing.
Oh, wait,
Ah,
I
yeah.
think
That is
Sorry.
Pad. Oh, yeah.
that's
Aranya.
Padmini.
Aranya, you go ahead. Yeah.
Oh my god, okay. So Padmini, and then that's Marianne, who was the captain of the women's team.
Which is right or
Then
left?
middle, right under Padmini.
Right
Then
as
below
Padmini is
Yeah.
okay.
Marianne, right? Who I
Marianne.
think is the captain,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Right,
Marianne was the captain. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yes.
then that's Bhakti, who I think also sang for us after they won the nationals, and she's just incredible.
Yes.
I don't remember the name of the top right, but I know that this was like she was really nervous and she killed it this game.
Yeah, she's Nandita PV and she has a
Yes.
very new Twitter account. So if you're watching this, please
Yes.
go and follow her on
Nandita
Twitter.
PV.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then that's Vaishali, who's under.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vaishali R. And then under that is, as we know, like
Saurav.
that is Surya
Surya
Shekhar
Surya, sorry,
Ganguly.
Surya Shekhar Ganguly.
That's
Sorry.
the full name.
Surya
Yeah.
Shekhar
Or
Ganguly.
as the chat likes to call him, Surya Fish, I think.
Surya
Right?
Fish.
Shad likes to call
Yeah,
him many
bec-
different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also gangs, which is why it's gangs with golden
Is this the
calls.
same? Is this not the team? Same team that went for the world championship that we won against
Olympiad.
Olympiad. The
And only Vaishali and Bhakti were there in that team. That was just 4
oh,
people.
okay. I
Hampi
think
and Harika was the other two.
yeah. I saw the Armageddon one, and that was, I think, that match was. I think that's just stuck into my mind.
I'm
Yeah.
Obviously,
low-key
na.
proud I remember everyone's names.
That's amazing, Aranya.
I'm so
Yeah.
new to this.
But still, you know everybody.
Aranya, all of them are also big fans of you. Huh? They admire you. I know
Honestly,
this.
I
Yeah,
followed
yeah.
everyone. I was like, I need to cheer for them. I messaged Vaishali. I tweeted Padmini's thing, and I've just been cheering for them. So I'm excited to go cheer with them on
Yeah.
Ganguly's team.
And I really hope more girls start playing chess.
Yes,
So right now
absolutely.
we have something like 10% or less, yeah, of girls playing chess. And this is something that really should start with the youngest ones out there. Everyone should teach
So true.
someone, and we should
True,
really
true, true.
try to get these numbers on par, as close to the median as possible.
Absolutely. And I believe it will happen.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Amazing.
All
Amazing. I'm gonna go join the cheer for them on the chat. Whenever we plan the next session, I will do some more homework before then,
yeah,
promise.
probably
On
tomorrow at 5.
chess.com/lessons.
Yeah,
Yes.
chess.com/lessons.
Yes, got it. Okay, I'll see you guys on the chat. Bye.
Yeah, see you guys. Bye.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
guy. Bye. Bye.